Hello everyone, Alice here from Safi Financial Network. Today is March 4th, 2022. Here is the weekly analysis for US stock markets. Alright, so here is the S&P 500 daily chart. Before going to the monthly and weekly, I just want to show you something interesting in daily chart. Then we can just go over to the weekly and monthly as well. Here is the bottom of the February 24th. And after that, this is a huge volume. This is more than 200 million on SPY, which is S&P 500 ETF. Okay, so that was a pretty significant bottom. And for bullish people, or for those bulls, this pivot is very, very important. So any close below this pivot, that would be a significant bearish signal for the market in overall. So I would say just keep an eye on this. This pivot is very, very important. But right now, if you see this W pattern, this is a very, very nice W pattern. The pattern wise, this is fantastic. This is very, very bullish. And also inside the W pattern, you see this bullish consolidation. So this is kind of like a nice tail, bottoming tail going off to the roof. And here is consolidating beneath of this bearish trend line. So we need to go above this consolidation. We need to break through above this, and the next stop is going to be here. So for bullish people, this is very important that we don't get any daily close below this line, which is 42.31, and ideally not closing below this. But here's the first level. So 42.31 is very, very major important level for S&P 500. Right now we have 100 points above this. And today, to be honest, close was not that bad. Seems like buyers is coming. As you see here are shadows there. But still we are in downtrend. We are definitely in a downtrend. But the pattern wise, we are pretty good, right? So if you look at here, if you look at the indicators, you will see a nice divergence in MACD, nice divergence in RSI, nice divergence in stochastic. But here's the signal. So whenever we are getting momentum wise going to the oversold, overbought area in downtrend, this is a pretty good, nice sell signal, right? So for at least within the trend. But if you go to weekly, which is a time frame above, we are just coming off the oversold condition. And here's the level that I pointed out for you. And if you remember, if you follow me previous video, 41.25 was the level that I mentioned before, and that level was very, very significant. And look at that, what happened last week. This week we had a pullback to SMA 50 on a weekly chart, but rejected from that level. So this needs to be closed. Again, we are getting back below this trend. Remember last week I showed you this nice trend line going there. So this is kind of like a reverse, not reverse, this is kind of head and shoulder. When we close above this, this means this head and shoulder fails. But seems like this week we are coming back down below this trend line. Still, it is positive, not positive compared to the last week, just because obviously we are below this, but positive to the week early. Like we started week here and we close it here. So we close positive, but compared to the last week, it was negative. We are kind of suspending in the air. So we don't know exactly if this pivot is gonna fail, or we are going to test at least 4,500. If we get close above this, then this W pattern in daily chart will be triggered. So just be careful on that. We need to do more see more consolidations here. Probably I would say Monday we have like a gap down, then coming back up. Probably we are just getting close here, or if we see a narrow body bar or doji, that would be a bullish, slightly bullish case. So let's see how Monday session is gonna start, just because next week is going to be very important as well. By the way, if we are getting close to the March 20th, which is going to be equinox, spring equinox. Always, that's going to be very important time for the market. And here is the January, here's the March, and look at that here. I just want to show you something pretty neat. Here is the COVID crash, here is the February 19th. What's the date here? So it is March 23rd. March 23rd was the bottom for the COVID crash. If you just zoom out a little here. So after this flash crash, this is the bottom for the market. And how many lows? 1, 2, 3, and 4 lows. You see 4 lows coming here. And March 23rd was the bottom. Why? March 23rd is important because that was a spring equinox. Exactly. We are heading to that date again, and that is very important. And as you see here, we are having 3 right now, 3 if you count this one. If you don't count this one, we have 2 major decline coming back down. And March 20th this year is going to be equinox, so somewhere here, next 2 weeks. So let's see if market holds this area for next 2 weeks and consolidating here. Then probably if you're getting to the equinox, we can see another reversal to the upside. I don't know, we should think about that and just keep an eye on that date, specifically what is going on with price action as well. So right now we are in downtrend, and we should see more consolidation here to break through this trend line. Okay, so that is for S&P 500. Next one is Nasdaq. Nasdaq is kind of the same, but this consolidation doesn't fail because we are not getting below this trend line. And let me just clean this. Okay, so but still we are in downtrend, right? So we are still in downtrend, and we need to close above this. Not like this, because this one fails, obviously. We need to close and back above this. And probably if we are getting close above this SMA 20, that would be very bullish signal for Nasdaq. Why this is bullish signal? Because last time when we break through, we didn't have follow through. We just fail and goes down, right? So this time, if we get above this, inside this pattern, that would be very bullish, just because this is a bullish consolidation. This is nice reversal in daily chart. So still we need to see. But here is the thing. We are getting to the overbought condition in a stochastic momentum, which is pretty important. When we are getting this one, and this can gives us like a sell signal inside the daily chart. But if you go back here, again the same scenario for Nasdaq. If you're going back here to the monthly, we are getting to the bullish reversal here, and also stochastic, everything just getting very negative, bearish. And this is a very nice rejection of the SMA 100 on weekly chart. So this is SMA 100 on the weekly chart, and here is the pivot. This is the major pivot that initiate the next rally after that. So we are just coming back and test this area. So we are kind of going back 1 year after, just lost all of its gain. Like this is for May, this is for March, and we are coming back to that level and testing that level. But here is the thing. So if you look at the Nasdaq here, this is ending diagonal inside this wide range bar. So what does it mean, ending diagonal? Ending diagonal means price is getting exhausted after very frustrating movement. And if you just click this one, these two, so this is kind of ending diagonal. So probably, I'm not gonna rule that one out, but probably we can see another lower low in Nasdaq. Probably, I'm not saying we can't see that, but definitely that's going to be possibility, just because 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then 5 is going to be back there, and then we can just break above it. Probably, I don't know exactly if you're going to see that pattern, but there is going to be a case. So don't be surprised if you are seeing another just piercing through to the lower low, and likely it's going to be a shadow or something like that. Before going to Russell 2000 and Dow Jones, I want to show you something interesting. Okay, here is the fear and greed index, which is initiated by CNN. And this one, we are at extreme low. This is fantastic. This means we are at extreme fear. So whenever we are getting to this level, market is due for a decent rebound. At least decent rebound if it is not the bottom. So if you go down, you see all the indicators show fear, extreme fear, extreme fear, extreme fear, extreme fear. And here's the level I just pointed out in the channel as well. This is 2020 flash crash. We are getting almost to the zero. Right now, we are at the extreme fear, or the most bearish since 2020. We are at 17, which is pretty low, right? So whenever we are getting below this 20, below 20, market is due for a decent rebound. So I'm not sure exactly if that decent rebound is going to be next week or so, but we are close. I know I'm telling you this for a long time just because everyone's frustrated with the market. Okay, when is the rebound? But here's the thing. When you have geopolitical issue, when we have lots of uncertainty into the market, we should expect more volatility in the market. We can't time the market because we don't know exactly. No one knows what is going on with the geopolitical issue on Monday. No one knows if Iran is going to sign a contract with the Western countries on Monday or next week or not. So anything could happen next week, and that's going to impact the market immediately, right? So just keep in mind, we can't always time the market as we did like for 10 years ago, because even during COVID crash, lots of people are panicking, but there were some people just getting into the bullish case, and they made lots of money just because they come up with some kind of technical analysis and know that, okay, we are at the extreme fear, and whenever we are getting to this extreme fear, we can see the bottom. But right now, if you're going to the chart, again, here is the Nasdaq. So this chart has a very, very decent and sizable correction since COVID crash. If you go to the monthly chart, look at the momentum. Momentum is down there. So this still happening within this bull market. And as you see here, when we are getting to this negative bearishness after 2-3 months, we should expect price have like a nice rebound, at least nice rebound, because we are testing 20 SMA on the monthly chart. But I just want to give you something interesting. If we close 1 month below this, that is going to be very, very bad for the market. Even during COVID crash, we didn't get close below 20 SMA, right? So if we get close below 20 SMA, we are going all the way down to here. So probably we can lose 2,000 or 2,500 inside Nasdaq. All right. So just keep an eye on this. And here's the level, like a 13,600. That is going to be monthly SMA, monthly 20. So if we take this one out, if price cleans this one out, the next level is going to be here, 11,363, which we are not there yet. Okay, let's go to Dow Jones. Dow Jones exactly the same pattern like S&P. As you see here, let me just clean this. It's pretty messy here. Sorry. Let me just clean this. Fibonacci here, and then Fibonacci there, right? So Dow Jones exactly, it is like S&P 500. This is a bullish consolidation, and this is a nice dragonfly doji exactly to the level that we pointed out here. And the next one is going to be down there. Price is below all the moving averages in daily chart, so this is not interesting at all. But as you see here, we have a nice divergence in all of the indicators for these two lows within bullish trend. Still, if you zoom out, this is a bullish trend, but this is a rolling top. Some people are saying we are at the rolling top. I don't know. I think we have another one more leg to the upside, and that's gonna surprise everyone before getting to the major bear market. But if you go to the weekly chart, we are at the bearish momentum since like May 2021. Like for the whole entire year, Dow Jones is kind of like fluctuating and doing consolidation. So there is no overbought in Dow Jones Industrial, and which is good. And if you see this pivot right there, and you just connect these two lines together, these 2 points, and just make a line here, we just tested this one, right? So that is very, very important, and we shouldn't take this one out, because if this one is getting out, the next level is going to be 31,000 and also below that. So that is very important. And also, if you go to monthly chart for Dow Jones Industrial, here's the Dow Jones and the monthly chart. So we are getting into this consolidation area, and this is kind of like a megaphone pattern, which we break through to the downside, and we test at this area. Here's the level that I'm looking for as a major pivot, because if we take this one out, we're coming down there and probably going to this wide range bar, so which is going to be very, very I don't know, sharp sell-off or something inside lots of energy market and financial market, because Dow Jones is full of like financials and energy stocks there. So just be careful on that with those stocks as well. Right now it is okay just because energy price is going higher, but when price is getting down, probably Dow Jones is going to underperform the other markets. And here's the Russell 2000. So Russell 2000, as you see here, the W pattern is okay. Right now we are kind of very, very similar to S&P 500, and we need to close above this. And if we close above this, that would be very, very interesting, just because Russell, I believe Russell is going to be leader for the next breakout. So I want to show you something. This is the line there. So if we break above 2076, that would be above this trend line, that would be above these two moving averages. And if we close above this, the W pattern is triggered, and the next level is going to be here. The next level is going to be 2200. So a Russell, I believe, is very, very clean, just because it completed its correction, and seems like 1881 is going to be a major pivot for Russell 2000. Right now we are at 1998, but we are away from this pivot. So next week again, just keep an eye on that. If we break this line, that would be very, very ugly for the whole entire market in general, and that would be very, very bearish signal. But this, if we are holding this pivot, and if we are going above these two moving averages in daily chart, that triggers a W pattern, and this W pattern is very, very bullish, and we can go all the way to here. I would say at least for the first target, it's going to be 2250, 2222. All right, so that is for Russell 2000. Okay, so here's the weekly analysis. I would have probably another video for gold and gold miners, just because they are, I would believe they are in major breakout if they do. So please make sure that watch the next video, which I'm going to post probably in Saturday or Sunday. It depends on what is my schedule, but I'm going to finish another video for you for the gold and gold miners, and probably technology stocks as well this weekend. So make sure that watch those videos as well. If you like our videos, please give us likes or thumbs up, and if you have any comments, just put your comments down there in the chat box. I will reply back all the comments immediately. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. See you on the chart. Bye bye.